Seattle Storm were crashing the glass there. Banged into some Aces' bodies, and they wanted that bucket. Brianna Stewart, we talked time and time again about her on the offensive glass. So Seattle still alive here. We've seen crazier things happen. We saw it happen on Sunday when the Aces were down 4 with 10 seconds to go. Raquan Williams hit the 3, cut it to 1. 2 missed free throws. Asia Wilson hit a bucket to give the Aces a 1-point lead. Sue Bird got it back with a 3-pointer with 0.8 to go. Aces were down 2 with 0.8. That's 0.8 of a second. And then Becky Hammond called a timeout. Chelsea Gray fired a bullet pass to Jackie Young cutting down the lane. And Young kissed it off the glass as the horn sounded. It was reviewed to see if she got it off in time. She did. Tie game into overtime, and the Aces ended up blowing out the Storm by 12 in OT, outscoring them 18-6. So here, it's 6 seconds to go. It's a 3-point game, and the Aces have the basketball. So expect pressure on the basketball. If the Aces can just corral the pass and get fouled. So Gray is going to trigger the inbound. Plum is set up near side, top of the key. Jackie Young, far side. Asia in the high post. Here we go. Gray, inbound. Throws in the backcourt to Jackie Young. Jackie Young is shoved by Stephanie Talbot, and Jackie Young will get free throws. Jackie hit her last 2, 95-92. So Jackie Young with 1 free throw will send the Aces to the WNBA Finals. 1 free throw to make it a 2-possession game. So Jackie Young goes to the free throw line. The 90% free throw shooter on the year drains it, and the Aces are up 4. So Talbot goes out. Charles comes in for Seattle. 1 more for Jackie with 5.3 seconds to go. Second free throw on the way. Jackie hits it. It's a 5-point lead. And Seattle will call their final timeout. So Seattle will inbound in the forecourt, but this one pretty much is over. They are going to need a 3 here, and then they're going to need an Aces turnover, a quick foul, and then again with no timeouts left for either team right now, neither team can advance the ball. So this is going to be very hard for Seattle to come back here. You never say it's over till it's over, but I'm saying it's over. The only question is, by how much? And as Natalie Williams, Aces general manager, told us at halftime, Aces by 3. Natalie's looking good right now. But the Aces are looking strong, so you got to play some defense on the Storm. So Gabby Williams will inbound in front of the Seattle bench. 5.3 seconds to go. The Aces lead 97-92. Quick inbound to Bird. She takes 3 dribbles. She's dribbling out the clock, and they're not even going to get a shot off. This game is over. The Las Vegas Aces win. The Las Vegas Aces win 97-92. They win the series 3-1. This WNBA semifinal, and they win 2 decisive games here on the Seattle Storm's home court. And the Aces advance to the WNBA Finals with Game 1 hosting at the Michelob Ultra Arena at the Mandalay Bay Sunday afternoon at 12 o'clock. So the fans are on their feet. Mark Davis has the basketball in his hands on the baseline. Marks wants that basketball, and he's got it. Nikki Vargas, Matt Delson, and Natalie Williams are on the baseline hugging each other. And the Seattle Storm fans are on their feet saluting their team for a great season and saluting Sue Bird one more time, chanting, "Thank you, Sue," as she closes out her wonderful career retiring And her last regular season game was a loss against the Aces here on August the 7th. Her final game here, period, is on September 6th, 2022, with a playoff loss to the Las Vegas Aces. Sue Bird is soaking in the moment here. And meanwhile, on the other side, the Aces are in front of their bench, high-fiving, hugging.
This is Aces Basketball on ESPN Las Vegas.
When you close your eyes and picture Nevada, what do you see? Is it the snow-capped red mountains bathed in sunshine? Or is it the beautiful desert landscapes in the valleys? Maybe it's the shimmering lights and excitement of Las Vegas. Whatever you picture, I bet it isn't a credit union. But we want to change...
As they have been eliminated by the Las Vegas Aces. The Aces make their way back to the locker room, and we will have our post-game highlights and final stats and a look ahead to the WNBA Finals. And the first team to clinch the number 1 seed this season, the Las Vegas Aces, as they defeat the Seattle Storm here tonight in Game 4, winning the series 3-1. Final score, Las Vegas 97, Seattle 92. You're listening to Aces Basketball here on ESPN Las Vegas.
This is Aces Basketball on ESPN Las Vegas.
Las Vegas never sleeps, and neither does Zip Zap Auto. Now open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Zip Zap Auto offers repairs, smog tests, oil changes, you name it, 24 hours a day. Plus, free diagnostics with qualifying repairs. Zip Zap Auto will come to you anywhere in the valley and will tow your vehicle for free. Plus, loan you a car for free. Don't let your vehicle needs slow you down. Call Zip Zap Auto and keep rolling. 702-644-1400. That's 702-644-1400.
Are you aware approximately 15% of all babies have complicated births? Time to make a difference. Positively Kids is here to help. Hello, I'm Fred Schultz, CEO of Positively Kids. For over 20 years, our local nonprofit has provided care to thousands of children in Southern Nevada. Our mission is to help children with critical healthcare needs so they can reach their full potential. Please visit positivelykids.org to find out more about the services we provide and how they may be able to help a child you know, or how you may be able to help us. Check out positivelykids.org.
Hey, John.
Yes, Steph?
It's Tuesday, and we're still selling lots of cars.
Of course we sell lots of cars. At Finley Toyota, we make purchasing a car super easy. From the moment the customer arrives, they are greeted by our amazing staff. Or if it's service they need, one of our top-notch service specialists will take over and manage their repair from start to finish in our state-of-the-art facility. Also here at Finley Toyota.
Yeah, of course. But on a Tuesday?
That's right, Steph. At Finley Toyota, we sell the most cars every day of the week, even on a Tuesday.
Come see why thousands have made the switch to Finley Chevrolet, 215 in South Rainbow. Find new roads.
Findlay. Finley Chevy is a place to buy. Home of the...
News 3 Today, the best way to start your morning.
I'm Kim Wagner.
And I'm Dana Wagner, and just like you, we're Nevadans. What matters to you matters to us.
Kim and Dana Wagner bring you breaking overnight news and the top local and national stories of the day. Plus, get traffic and weather together.
I'm Kelly Curran. Count me in to give you your forecast every 10 minutes.
And travel times, so you get to work on time. Start your day with News 3 Today. Weekday mornings from 4 to 7.
Guten Tag, this is meine Auto. Und this is meine key. And I only trust one place with meine key. Meine key car care. They are so transparent with e-inspection, which shows photos of the problem and the fix. Meine key is my favorite part of America. And my second favorite part? The cowboys and the horses. Remember, I only trust meine key with meine key. A one-stop shop for total car care.
Right now, get a basic oil change at Meineke for only $29.95. Meineke, doing car care right.
Lincoln Black Label is your invitation to a uniquely elevated automotive experience revolving around you, including pickup and delivery, premium maintenance, vehicle care, Lincoln Concierge, travel collection, and culinary collection. Finley Lincoln is here to surprise and delight you all the way through your effortless experience. Thinking Lincoln? Then think Finley Lincoln in the Valley Auto Mall, Nevada's only standalone Lincoln Black Label dealership.
Welcome to the Las Vegas Aces post-game show on ESPN Las Vegas. For tonight's highlights, analysis, and wrap-up, let's go back courtside with the voice of the Aces, T.C. Martin.
And welcome back to the Climate Pledge Arena here in Seattle, home of the Seattle Storm and the Las Vegas Aces. Victorious here tonight, 97-92 in a hard-fought game, a hard-fought series by both teams. And we had just close games in all four of these games. And the final score really does not indicate what took place here on Sunday when the Aces just blew out the Storm in the overtime. They ended up winning by 12, but every one of these games, we had a 3-point game in game one. We had a 5-point game in game two. Again, game three, we went to overtime, and the Aces won by 12. And then tonight, a 5-point game for the Aces. Another victory here tonight as they win 3 out of the 4 games, defeat Seattle 3-1 in this series to advance to the WNBA Finals. And this exacts a little bit of revenge for the Aces because they did make the WNBA Finals. And a lot of fans don't really remember that because there were no home games that year in 2020. The entire season was conducted in Bradenton, Florida, the bubble as they call it, or the wubble for the WNBA. And the NBA had theirs, down there as well too. And it was a situation where the Aces made it to the finals. And they faced the Seattle Storm. Dearica Hamby got injured at the end of the semifinal series where they won against Connecticut, and they were shorthanded and they got swept 3-0. So 2 years later, the Aces exact revenge, eliminate Seattle, and they get a chance to host the finals with the best record in the WNBA this year, 26-10 in the regular season, and now with tonight's victory, the Aces improved to 31-11, and they get the job done on the road. They win 2 games here on the road on Sunday and tonight, games 3 and 4. And after the Seattle Storm took game 1 in Vegas, Vegas answered the bell in game 2, and then they haven't lost since. And the Aces now improved to 14-6 on the road, and the number 1 seed, and they'll host either the Connecticut Sun or the Chicago Sky in game 1 of the finals on Sunday. So let's tell you how we got here tonight. The Aces were fantastic early on. They jumped out to a 6-0 lead, but then all of a sudden the Seattle Storm came back and they outscored the Aces, went on a 12-1 run, and all of a sudden the Aces found themselves down. They found themselves down by double digits in the first quarter, but they battled back slowly but surely in the second quarter. We'll pick up the highlights from there, where Kelsey Plum, who had a little bit of an off game in game number 3, she definitely came to play here in her college territory in game number 4. Deja comes down with the rebound. Outlet pass to Plum. Plum's on the run off the glass and good. So 4 quick ones by the Aces. Yes, 4 quick ones by the Aces there. And Kelsey Plum had herself a very good night for the Aces. We get back to the highlights and we go to the third quarter, because at halftime we had a 3-point deficit for the Aces. They found themselves down 3 because Seattle controlled basically the entire second quarter. But third quarter, the Aces came out with their patented fire and brimstone attitude and came out firing on all cylinders. It started with A'ja Wilson. And there goes A'ja, working on Stewie. A'ja, follow-away jumper. It's like butter. Pure butter. You could just see A'ja rolling it off the fingertips. That's right, A'ja Wilson rolling it off the fingertips, got in the lane, did whatever she wanted, whether she was driving hard to the hole or the stop and pop turnaround jumper of that variety right there. But it's all about the guards. And tonight, again, it was Chelsea Gray, and she also had a lot of help from Raquana Bay Williams. There is a steal in the backcourt, and then with Chelsea Gray gets a pass from Raquana Williams to score the bucket, and now the Aces are up 5. Raquana gets a pass back from Chelsea Gray. Boom! And another triple. This time it's Raquana Williams. Timeout Seattle. Gray still has it with 7. Gray still has it with 5. Stops, fires. Chelsea Gray, money in the bank again. Back-to-back jacks for Chelsea Gray. Yes, back-to-back jacks for her, and the Aces were feeling it. And then it came to the end of the third quarter, and the Aces knew they were going to have themselves a battle, but they took control as they outscored Seattle 22-12 in that third period. The Aces were outscored Seattle 25-24 in the second, 22-12 in the third, and then we go to the fourth quarter. That's when Seattle made another run, but the Aces had answers. Who else but Chelsea Gray? Plum loses control of the ball, gets it back. Stewart comes out on her 4 on the shot clock to Gray. She's going to have to let one fly from 3. Chelsea, money, Gray, nothing but twine time. Chelsea Gray came up big from beyond the three-point arc, and a lot of the Aces delivered from 3 tonight, shooting a very high percentage, and they needed that tonight because they needed to overcome Brianna Stewart. Her and Asia Wilson were battling each other in the low post. Here come the Aces with Raquana Williams. Dips it inside to Asia. Asia's got position down low, and one for the MVP! Raquana Williams saw Asia. She sealed her way down low on Brianna Stewart, drew contact, and the bucket. Asia Wilson doing her thing, and again, trying to make her case for the MVP, which actually will be announced tomorrow by Kathleen Engelbert, the WNBA commissioner. But remember, this series has nothing to do with MVP, but if Asia doesn't get it, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be surprised. But again, Brianna Stewart was phenomenal tonight. She had 42 points, but it's going to come down to those two, and they were battling each other tonight back and forth. Asia ends up with 23 points, but big ones down the stretch. And let's talk about Jackie Young, what she did tonight. Jackie Young had some quiet games in this playoff series, but tonight she showed up big. Jackie Young's going to force up a 3. Jackie Young nails a triple. Her second one of the night. Yes, she did, and Jackie Young was on fire tonight. And then we got more of the magician, the point guard. Gray with left-hand dribble, penetrate down the lane, go strong to the glass, and count it, Chelsea Gray. Nicely done by Gray, just use that muscle. Chelsea Gray ends up with 31 points tonight, just really taking the team on her shoulders. She's got the playoff experience. She willed this team to victory tonight. It was her. It was Jackie Young. It was everybody with the Las Vegas Aces tonight. On the lane, Jackie fires and draws one herself. JY with the bucket and one. That was a big hoop there as Jackie Young just responded from a three-point play by Gabby Williams at the other end, and it got into crunch time with 2 minutes to go, and the Aces were fighting back, and Jackie Young gave him that lead right there. But then the magician who took over, as we said, not only inside but from outside, it was the Chelsea Gray show tonight for the Aces. Gray with a left-hand dribble. No one else has touched this. She's going to launch a 3. Chelsea Gray! Boom! Shaka-laka-laka, boom! Gives the Aces a 3-point lead under a minute to play. Gray has it. Fall away, Jay. Money won't change it. Can I get a witness? You got it here. 5-point lead. 92-87. Oh, mercy. And that effectively ended the game there. The 5-point lead, under 30 seconds to go. And the Aces got fouled. They hit their free throws. And then the final count, 97-92. Gabby Williams will inbound in front of the Seattle bench. 5.3 seconds to go. The Aces lead 97-92. Quick inbound to Bird. She takes 3 dribbles. She's dribbling out the clock, and they're not even going to get a shot off. This game is over. The Las Vegas Aces win. The Las Vegas Aces win 97-92. They win the series 3-1. This WNBA semifinal, and they win 2 decisive games here on the Seattle Storm's home court. And the Aces advance to the WNBA Finals with Game 1 hosting at the Michelob Ultra Arena at the Mandalay Bay Sunday afternoon at 12 o'clock. There it is, and that's when we will reconvene. So the Aces, it'll be a happy flight home here from Seattle. You can be assured that. A little celebration going tonight, and then get a chance to rest for the next couple days and await the winner between Connecticut and Chicago, as those two teams are battling, and they will have a Game 5 on Thursday night. The Aces will get the winner, and that team's going to get a short turnaround because that series got extended tonight. Chicago like the Aces, came into that series on the road. They won Game 3 in Connecticut, and Connecticut blew out the Sky tonight to force a fifth game. That series tied at 2 games apiece. They won 104-80 tonight. So those guys are going to have to battle it out on Thursday and then fly to Vegas. Game 1 is 12 noon Eastern time, and that's going to be a factor too. Rather, I should say 12 noon Pacific time. So that's going to be hard for whoever wins that series, because Game 5 is going to be a war, and that game will be in Chicago, and you can watch it on ESPN television Thursday. Meanwhile, the Aces will be watching that game very contently, but they'll be getting their rest, and they'll await to host game number 1 Sunday. Let's round out the rest of the box score here for you tonight as well, too. We talked about the great performance that the Aces had tonight. From a scoring perspective, we already mentioned that Chelsea Gray led all Aces scores with 31 points, but the Aces also had 3 other double-digit scores in this game. Asia Wilson, 23 points for her. Asia connected on 8 of 15 shots. Chelsea Gray normally doesn't take this many shots, 22 in all tonight, but hit on 13 of those. Jackie Young was 5 for 6 from the floor tonight with 16 big points. And like we mentioned, Jackie connected also on 3 for 3 from 3. So, phenomenal game for Jackie in 37 minutes tonight. It just made all of her scoring really count. Kelsey Plum was 6 for 11 tonight, and KP ended up with 15 points. We talked about Asia's 23, and then off the bench, Raquana Williams hit a couple threes for 6 points. So there's your scoring for the Las Vegas Aces. They shoot 57% as a team tonight. 36 to 64, and then big-time shooting from beyond the three-point arc, 10 for 22. That is 46%. They were good at the free throw line as well, connected on 13 of 17. From a rebounding perspective tonight, too, the Aces out-rebounded Seattle just by 1, 34 to 33, but the big number here is on the defensive glass, 29 to 23, so they definitely controlled that. Turnovers were not that big of a problem with the Aces tonight. They had one key one we thought could come back to bite them when Asia turned the ball over in the backcourt after a Seattle bucket, but the Aces had 10 turnovers tonight. Seattle had 8. Great performance by Breanna Stewart. She had 42 points tonight in a losing cause, 14 for 22. She is a phenomenal player, one of the best, and if she does get the MVP, deservedly so. Aces fans will be upset with that, think that Asia Wilson deserves it, but you can't go wrong. And I think either player will say that, in hindsight or retrospect or looking back at it, after this series is over, that, hey, whoever gets the MVP, it could be even a shared MVP. That's how strong these two players were, and really no one else was really close to them. But it's a pleasure watching the Seattle Storm team and calling their games, and seeing Breanna Stewart with 42 points was phenomenal. Jewel Lloyd was just as good tonight with 29 points for Seattle, but those were the only double-digit scores. And part of the story, too, that we have to talk about, and we alluded to it at the end of the game tonight, Sue Bird, her last game, and as a not only member of the Seattle Storm, but her last game that she's playing as a WNBA player. 19 seasons with the Seattle Storm. She means everything to this community, and hopefully for this city is so passionate about their basketball. They lost the Seattle Supersonics years ago, to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they want an NBA team, but this team lives and breathes with the Seattle Storm team, and they drew another great crowd here, tonight. But hopefully Breanna Stewart can carry the torch for the Seattle Storm. But tonight, Sue Bird played very well. She only had 8 points tonight. She's coming off that 12 assist performance that she had a couple games ago. She had 8 points and 8 assists tonight in her final game in the WNBA. It's been a pleasure knowing Sue Bird, getting a chance to interview her and call her games. She will be sorely missed. So good for not only this franchise, but the WNBA in general. All right, that's going to wrap things up for us here tonight. I want to thank everyone here in Seattle for making us feel comfortable tonight. Really a great city, a great organization here, a great building. If you ever get a chance to come up to Seattle, come out to this Climate Pledge Arena. Come out and see the Golden Knights when they play the Seattle Storm. because this is a fantastic arena, very similar to T-Mobile Arena and the newest arena out there, right now from arenas in the United States. So, but it was good to the Aces because they had won 4 games on this floor this year, and the Aces do a fantastic job of defeating the Seattle Storm when it's all said and done. Not only 3-1 in this series, but they took 3 out of 4 during the regular season. So do that up. Hey, the Aces beat the Seattle Storm 6 out of 8 times this year. All right. I want to thank Ari back in the studio for the highlights and keeping us on point and everything. All of our good friends with the Las Vegas Aces, shout out to them again for making this trip possible. And again, everyone here in Seattle. This is TC Martin saying so long, and we will reconvene when we're back in Las Vegas for Sunday afternoon's game number 1 of the WNBA Finals. It'll be the Aces taking on either the Connecticut Sun or the Chicago Sky. We will have the pregame show Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Tip-off will be at 12 noon, and we will talk to you then. Let's say goodnight and give you the final score once again from Seattle. The Las Vegas Aces defeat the Seattle Storm 97-92. They win the series 3-1 of the WNBA semifinals, and they are in the WNBA Finals, which begins Sunday at the Michelob Ultra Arena. Get your tickets now at Access.com. That's AXS.com. Have a great rest of the night. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you Sunday from the house for Game 1 of the WNBA Finals.
Running a business gets more complicated every year, so you need a trusted advisor in your corner, especially when it comes to your workers' comp program. Pro Group Management has been helping Nevada's self-insured businesses for over 20 years. Whether your business is retail, trucking, building, agriculture, or auto, our team has the expertise to make sure your coverage meets your needs and at a price that fits your budget. Our award-winning team keeps track of all the important regulatory issues that impact your business. We help with safety, compliance, and inspections, because that's what you should expect from a trusted business partner. Find out how to have Pro Group Management work for you. Visit our website at pgmnv.com to receive a free cost savings analysis now. That's pgmnv.com, or call our Las Vegas office at 702-740-4380. Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
News.
What matters to you matters to us.
Kim and Dina Wagner bring you breaking overnight news and the top local and national stories of the day. Plus, get traffic and weather together.
I'm Kelly Curran. Count me in to give you your forecast every 10 minutes.
And travel times, so you get to work on time. Start your day with News 3 Today. Weekday mornings from 4 to 7.